Good morning. Thank you so much. Thanks to Kathy and to John and to Nan and to everybody who's here today. I'm so excited to be here today and so honored to have so many of my friends and my family and so many community leaders standing here with me. We're standing, for those of you who don't know, we're standing in a historic place. The East Side Club has been right here on the shores of Lake Monona, straddling the border of Madison and Monona for nearly a century. One of the missions of this club and its members, who sparked Olbert Gardens, baseball diamonds, countless community improvement projects, and of course more fish fry than any of us can count, is to work to create a more prosperous East Side. Today, I'm announcing my candidacy for the State Assembly because I also want a more prosperous East Side. I will provide strong, passionate, progressive representation for the residents of the 48th Assembly District to ensure that our values, strong schools, strong communities, and strong families, are not destroyed during these challenging times, and that we prosper well into the future. It would be an honor to represent this community that I love and to fight for our values in the state legislature. I've spent my entire career standing up for Wisconsin's families and bringing people together to get results. I'm excited and I'm more than ready to put these skills and experiences to work for my neighbors in the fightin' 48. As a public interest attorney, I provided free legal services to low-income families throughout Dane County. As a champion for working people, I helped to launch the local Workers' Rights Center, and I've been a strong and active member of the local labor movement, fighting to expand labor standards and to defend Wisconsin's proud union tradition. As an anti-poverty organizer and a policy expert, I built a statewide coalition to push for policies that would support working families, like creating affordable housing, expanding opportunities for job training and education, and ensuring quality child care and health care. And as an active member of our community, I chaired Madison's Affirmative Action Commission and fought to ensure equality, opportunity, and inclusion for everyone who lives and works and raises their families here, including women, people of color, and gays and lesbians. I've served on Madison's Economic Development Committee for the last 4 years and have pushed for job creation, small business assistance, workforce development, and a bold and outcome-driven economic development effort that leaves no worker behind. And as Chief of Staff to an Assembly Democrat, I've drafted and shepherded legislation that protects our environment, creates jobs, supports working families, and strengthens our technical colleges. I have built relationships with labor, environmental and business leaders, local and state elected officials, and service providers and advocates throughout the state. I have spent my entire career standing up for Wisconsin's families and bringing people together to get results. I have a unique ability to hit the ground running in the legislature. I know how to get things done. Even in this divisive environment, I know how to get things done without compromising our values. And there's no doubt about it, these are challenging times. Scott Walker and his Republican allies have clearly been keeping a list. It's a long list, and it's a list of all the things that we as Democrats have worked so hard to prioritize. Clean water, strong schools, health care, services for seniors, public transportation, open government, workers' rights, a social safety net, services for those with disabilities, thriving technical colleges, and a UW system, supports for working families, reproductive rights, civil rights. The list goes on, and it's clearly a list that Republicans are methodically working their way through, intent on erasing all of our hard-fought victories. We must not let them win. We cannot let them win. We will not let them win. And during these astounding and infuriating last 2 months, I have been at the forefront of Democratic efforts to stop Scott Walker's attack and to engage the public in fighting back. I was in the Capitol around the clock during this historic fight, not because of my job, but because it was right. When the Assembly fought the budget adjustment bill for 61 straight hours, I was there. When labor leaders needed assistance to ensure the success of their efforts, I was there. When the public needed details about these attacks on our values and strategies on how to advocate effectively against them, I was there. When in the middle of the night, Assembly Democrats were crafting amendments and working hard to find compromise to save workers' rights, I was there. You know that as your state representative, I will be the tireless, relentless, hardworking advocate that our community and our state needs. Not just because I say so, but because I do it. It's clear that this campaign will be as much about Scott Walker and the Republican majority as it will be about all the Democrats seeking this seat. Other candidates have already said that the reason they're running is because everything they value is under attack. Make no mistake, everything we value is under attack. But making this election a contest to determine which Democrat is the most outraged about Scott Walker misses the point. And it does a disservice to the residents of the 48th Assembly District, because we're all outraged by what the Republicans are trying to do to our state. This campaign should be as much about our vision for our community, our ability to get results, and our ability to lead as it is about the Republican assault on our values. I am a pragmatic, progressive Democrat, and my vision of leadership does not allow me to merely be outraged. Because leaders don't just get mad, we get results. Leaders must fight back, but we must also push forward. Leaders don't just rail against injustice, we seek ways to stamp out future injustice. Leaders know who their opposition is, but we also seek out allies in unexpected places, and we build coalitions. And leaders don't just react, we engage and we empower our communities to act. Leaders don't just get outraged, we get results. In these challenging times, I will fight back, but I will fight with a purpose. I will fight to bring our community together. I will fight to implement a bold, progressive agenda that moves us forward. As the representative of the 48th Assembly District, I will fight back in the short term and be able to govern, legislate, and build coalitions to serve us well in the long term. Because the reality is that Democrats are going to be in a position of power again. We are going to take back the state Senate this summer. And at some point soon, we are going to take back the majority in the state assembly as well. And I will be at the center of these efforts to help elect progressive Democrats who will join me in standing up for our values in the legislature. There's a common refrain that's been heard, and yes, even honked, during these months of activity at the Capitol. This is what democracy looks like. Hundreds of thousands of people peacefully protesting are indeed what democracy looks like, and I've been proud to be part of it. But those who have entered or will enter this race focused only on the last 2 months miss the point, and they miss the tremendous wealth of our district and the power and the potential of our neighbors here. Because democracy also looks like teachers and parents and school board members and community residents who gathered at Monona Grove High School a few weeks ago to understand the impact the state budget will have on their schools and how they could respond. Democracy also looks like groups of neighbors gathered in living rooms, school cafeterias, libraries, and church basements to plan for the future of Monona Drive, Royster Clark, Union Corners, and Stoughton Road. Democracy also looks like neighbors gathered to see and discuss artwork and other topics at the McFarland House Cafe. Democracy looks like residents gathered together at the Monona Library every single Tuesday for Green Tuesdays to learn how to make changes, big and small, to protect our vital natural resources. When we win this fight against Scott Walker and his extreme agenda, and we are going to win this fight, we need leaders who understand that democracy is found not just under the Capitol Dome, but throughout the great communities that make up the 48th Assembly District. Some of my opponents seem already to be saying they're simply going to fight to get us back to the status quo, to where we were 2 months ago. And I admit, that's looking pretty good right now. But it's not enough. It is not enough because it ignores the reality that we faced challenges even before Scott Walker unleashed his radical agenda. Our public schools needed our attention and leadership before the Fitzgerald brothers became household names. Our community's working families were struggling to make ends meet before last November's election. Our community's senior citizens living on fixed incomes needed access to quality health care and affordable prescription drug coverage before we all learned how to honk, this is what democracy looks like. I will not just fight to get us back to that starting point of where we were 2 months ago. I will work tirelessly to bring our community together to lead us forward. I'm proud that I have already built such an incredible and broad base of support. I've got parents and grandparents, teachers, union members, school board members, city council members, county board members, and business leaders all standing with me today. I will continue to cultivate partnerships that will strengthen our community and enable me to get results for our district. I'm really excited to be announcing my candidacy for the 48th Assembly District today, and I'm looking forward to the coming months of talking with voters, listening to their concerns, and forging a path that together will move us forward. Thank you.